So today is going to be another one of the KBFIT 2.0 critiques Kamron's workout. And this workout is going to be, I guess you just can call it a standing single arm shoulder press. I want to do a critique on this one just so you can see the difference between the strength between my left arm and my right arm. This particular exercise, you will notice I'm using a resistance band. I get questioned all the time about why I use a resistance band versus just adding more weight. So once again, I will put it here is that when you're adding resistance band versus adding more weight, the bands add a different type of resistance than just adding more weight. It's a progressive, I call it a progressive resistance, which means at the bottom of the movement, you don't have any, most of the time with bands, you don't have any to little resistance. And then as you're pulling or pushing, whatever the exercise you're doing, the resistance increases. Another thing is it's causing a lot of the stabilizers to have to activate versus just adding more weight, and it's sort of strengthening your joints without damaging them. So I like to add resistance bands to a lot of my shoulder exercises for that reason specifically. So just for the things to look out for, because I've already looked at all three of these sets already, and for the most part my form is pretty consistent throughout all three sets, but not in a good way. And so I will tell you straight up what you'll notice, and you'll notice is that at the top of each press I don't have any hold and my eccentric is way too fast. Now if I wanted to get the actual benefits from the band, or all the full benefit of the band, I would actually hold the press a little bit longer at the top and then have a slower eccentric or slower decline in the actual shoulder press. But unfortunately, as you will see very shortly, I just kind of like, I don't want to say throw the weight up, but low key, I kind of just like push it up and then pull it back down, and I don't even get the full extension. So I'm gonna get this started so we can look at this first set. Yeah, starting with my right arm, only 30 pounds, and action. All right, you see my feet are staggered for some support, bracing my core. See, that was probably the best rep, that first rep. I guess those first two reps aren't that bad. My eccentric isn't as bad as I ever remember. I thought I was going a lot faster. I still can go a little bit slower. You can see the struggle is always right there, right where the band is pulling the hardest, is at the top of the motion. Those last like 2 or 3 inches is where I have the hardest time with that band, right? Versus if it was heavier weight, I probably would get stuck down here. But with the lighter weight, with the band, I'm able to get it further and have to push harder as I get higher in the press. All right, left arm. Let's see what I can do with my left arm. Yeah, my left arm. You can't really tell from here. Yeah, I'm not getting that full extension at all. Almost every rep, I feel like my arm is not straight, and I am dropping the weight down too fast. So yeah, my left arm, like I said, you could tell in different ways that my left arm is weaker than my right arm. Although I was still able to match the sets or match the rep count, which is the whole goal, right? You want to make sure you have the same reps on both sides, but I want the quality to be the same as well. And from that set, the quality was not the same. So as you know, I know I did. I looked at the footage, saw my form, wanted to improve. Let's see if set number 2 improves. And action. All right, setting myself up again. Starting with my right arm. I actually feel like this set is not as good as the first set. My right arm on this arm almost looks as bad as my left arm on that last set. Yeah, that last rep was probably the best one, but still my decline or my eccentric was way too fast. I'm getting tangled up with the band as usual. Always make sure when you're using bands, or if you use bands, especially the thinner ones, especially the thinner bands, always make sure you check them before you use them for no nicks or tears, because you would not want those things to pop. That does not feel good. I've had one pop on me before a long time ago. That hurt so bad. It was the orange band too. I've had to replace that orange band probably like 3 times already. All right, let's see. So far, I will say this set looks better than the first one. I'm really trying hard, but yeah, still not the best. Still pretty fast. Still only 6 reps, and I think that the last two reps were kind of fast on the decline. All right, final and third set. Let's go. Setting up once again. Wow, this set looks even worse than the second one. I think it's just fatigue. My shoulders, they get fatigued so fast. Ooh, yeah, I struggled to get that last one. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I at least get 6 reps in. 6 is my minimum. And the thing is, with that weight, I should be able to do a lot more than just 6 reps. But yeah, I don't know why my shoulders were so fatigued that day. I don't know what I did. But sometimes that happens where it's just like some days my shoulders are just like, nope. And I always try to push, but still make sure that I'm maintaining some sort of control over them, because I don't want to start having shoulder problems, because I used to have shoulder pain all the time. All right. I can tell I'm struggling already. Yep, you can see. Yep, right there. It's always that like 2 to 3 inches right at the top is where I'm struggling the most. So yeah, I would say I didn't really improve too much on my form on the left side, at least not to my knowledge. I didn't see anything that stood out to me in terms of much improvement. And the funny thing is, when I'm actually doing the exercise, it doesn't feel that fast. I feel like I'm doing slow and controlled movements, and then when I watch it back, I'm like, wow, that wasn't that slow and controlled, it was pretty fast. So it's one of those things where it just feels a lot different than it actually looks when I look back at the footage. But yeah, so don't follow my lead on this one. I would still suggest, if you're training unilaterally, like one side over the other side, left arm versus right arm, make sure that I would suggest starting with your weaker side and then doing as many as you can, and then going to your stronger side, doing as many as you can. And then what the difference is, like say you can only do 12 on your left arm and then 15 on your right arm, go back when you're done with your right arm and try to do 3 more reps on the weaker side. There's other suggestions I've given in the past, but that's just the one I'm going to share for now. That's usually what I tend to do anyways with myself and with my clients. So hopefully that was somewhat beneficial. And so until the next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.